City Notary. This is Kayla. Usually when I do these videos, I try to be like in my home with like my nice pretty background. But for this one, I really wanted to do it while it was fresh on my mind. Again, I am still new to this. So if you're watching this, whether it's a year from now or whether it's tomorrow, I want you to know that I am still new to being a signing agent in this video. So as you can see from the title, I really want to do a walkthrough of how I complete a signing. I don't necessarily mean when I'm sitting at the table. I mean from the time that I receive it from the signing company or the title company to the time that I am completed with the entire signing and I have turned it back in or I have mailed it in. And so the very first thing that happens usually is, if you're new and you're wondering like, well, how do you actually receive these? To start off with, I recommend you going to signing companies. You'll sign up with a signing company and then they'll send you notifications when they have a signing that's close to you or in your area that they need to be completed. So from start to finish, as soon as I receive a signing, I will get a notification on my phone. I ensure that I have my phone volume on instead of on vibrate to be able to hear the little chimes. I've set up my notifications for a different chime so that way I know the difference between a text and a notification from a signing service. When I receive these signings, as soon as I get them, if I'm able to accept, I will hit accept and I will get a confirmation email or a confirmation call. Once I receive that, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the date and time and I'm going to go ahead and contact the borrower. I call them and I say, hey, this is Kayla. I'm an independent contractor working for said title company. I am calling you to confirm that you need these documents signed / notarized on date and time at this location. And they'll either confirm or deny and say, yes, that's the right date and time, but can we meet somewhere else? Or no, I'm no longer available at that time. Can I change that time? And I will act accordingly. As soon as it is confirmed, the next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to mark that I have confirmed with the borrower. Every signing company that I am signed up with, when you log onto their platform under your profile for that specific signing, it is going to ask, have you confirmed with the borrower? And you either check yes or no, and it's going to say, okay, well, how did you confirm? Did you physically talk to them? Did you leave a voicemail? Did you ask them to call you back? Did you send an email? Things like that. You're going to check whichever one applies to you, and then you're going to hit save. This is going to update the status. It is crucial that you update these statuses immediately or at your earliest convenience when these happen. It just lets the signing service know that you are on top of your game, and they'll more than likely send more signings your way because they see that you have a track record of being very communicative with their company. After I have confirmed with the borrower, if the signing is for the next day, which that's what we're going to run with today so I can go through the steps, what I'll do is I will wait until after business hours. And the reason I wait until after business hours to print a document is because during business hours, companies will still, the title officer or the loan officer may have to update some things in the document, and they may need to upload or re-upload the document. So I try to wait until about 8 or 9 p.m. simply because there are signing services that are on the West Coast, so they're 3 hours behind me. So I wait until evening to print off the documents. As soon as I print them off, what I do is I actually go through the packet, and some title companies will send you a checklist and ask that you put certain documents to the front, whereas others really don't care what order it's in. For me, if it has a checklist of exactly how they want the documents to be placed in the packet, I will go ahead and do that and bring the documents they want to the front. Otherwise, if it does not have that, what I'll do is I'll bring the important documents up to the front, like getting the U.S. Patriot Act, which is collecting their ID, writing down their information, just confirming that you did see their ID and that you did confirm that it is valid. I will bring the closing disclosure, the Alta statement, the note, the mortgage, and any other documents that I pertain, like notice of rights to cancel, your first settlement, your first payment, I bring those to the front because those are all the questions that the borrower is going to want answered immediately anyway. And so I just bring those to the front and it makes the rest of the signing go super smooth. Once I have put all of the papers in order that it needs to be in, then what I do is I sit there and I grab the sign here tabs and I will sit there, I'll put a show on or whatever, and I will go through page by page. I will put a sign here tab if it needs an initial, if it needs their signature or date, or if there's a box that needs to be checked, or if there's some type of information that they physically need to fill out. Yes, I go through the entire document. If it is 200 pages, I do not care. I make sure to do this. It makes it so much easier for the borrower to, understand when I hand them the document. Rather than saying turn to page 5 and sign here, they may want to go through the document a little bit more in depth. And what it does is I'll still tell them what page to sign on, but if they need to look through it, it kind of just gives them peace of mind, because once they get to that page, they'll be like, oh, okay, this is exactly where I need to sign, rather than trying to look through all of the verbiage to find the date and signature. And I know that sounds crazy. If you've never done a signing before, you would think that it's at the bottom, but there are some pages where it needs to be filled out like in the middle of the page. Or, there's check marks, all throughout the page that need to be properly filled out. Once I do that, what I do is I actually will put it in a manila folder. I have 2 sizes. I have legal and I have letter. Now, if usually a lot of the documents that I have been receiving, or the packages that I've been receiving, they have mixed. So they will have some letter and some legal sized papers in there. If it has a mix, I automatically use a legal manila folder, so that way it covers all of the documents. If it is simply just letter, then I will obviously use the letter manila folder. So I want to show you guys exactly what I do. I will get a manila folder and I take the time. I'm not going to show you right here, but as you can see, like I wrote something right there. I will write the file number, I will write their name, and then I'll write the date and time. This ensures that if I have a couple of signings the next day, that I'm grabbing the exact folder that I need to for that signing, and that I'm not, all over the place. The next thing that I do is I will put my business card on the front of the manila folder, and I will paper clip it down. Usually they ask for 2 copies, so I do this with both copies. I will do this. This is actually being returned to the title company / loan officer. And so I give them my business card, and then the copy that goes to the borrower, I also leave my business card with them. The next thing that I do, if you look on the side, this is actually a binder clip. I have large, medium, and small binder clips for, according to whatever size document that is needed. The reason that I do this is because there are a lot of, I don't really care to show this because there's no personal information on there. The reason that I use a binder clip and a manila folder, which I have noticed that a lot of notaries don't use, is because it keeps the documents clean. It makes sure that they don't get out of order, and it makes sure that they don't get crumbled. If you have a mix of letter and legal, 9 times out of 10, if you go to put it in that FedEx package, the legal documents are going to be completely crumbled by the time it gets to where it needs to be. And I just don't like it. I like it to be more professional. So I make sure that I put it in the folder, and I use a binder clip. It's kind of just my personal touch. I feel like it makes me stand out a little bit more when it gets to wherever it needs to. And hopefully, these title companies will see and they'll like my presentation, and they'll ask for me to do more signings for them directly. Anyway, now that I have completed all of that, now it is time for the next day. Usually I call 1 hour before I am headed to the signer, and I will call them and say, hey, this is Kayla. We spoke yesterday or a couple of days ago. I am coming to notarize your refinance package or your loan or your purchase. Is this still a good date and time? And they'll say, yes. Okay, I am headed there. This is my estimated time of arrival. I will call you once I arrive. Okay. Once I get there, I always try to get to my signings 5 to 10 minutes before, simply because I want to be on time. This is my job. This is my business. And I want to make sure that I'm always being as professional as I possibly can. I do not want to be known as the signer who gets there late, or the notary that gets there late and the borrower is having to wait for me. It does not look good on you, and it does not look good on the company that you are representing as their private contractor. So I will get there, I call, I'm here, they'll say, okay, come on in. Once I get to the door, I will also introduce myself once more, and I will say, hi, I am Kayla. I've been the one that you've been communicating with. I'm here to notarize your documents. Is there a clean table that we can sit at? Yes, over here. Once we sit down, I pull out both folders. The reason I do this is I want to let them know I have made a copy for you. This is your copy. Now, there's a difference, right? This one, I have not paper clipped, I have not binder clipped the front page of this document. Okay. When I hand them their copy, the entire folder and the paperwork is clipped together. Why? Because I don't want them to open it and start going through it. I give it to them because it takes a little bit of effort to take that off. Once I give that to them, I pull mine out. I said, okay, that is your copy to keep. It is everything that is in this packet right here that we are about to go over. I open up my packet. I always keep blue and black ink pens depending on what the title company prefers. And then I will hand, whoever a pen, if it's one signer or two signers, and then myself. I take out my notary stamp, and then we proceed to go through all of the documents. Once I have completed the signing and the borrower is happy with everything and, they feel good to go, I say, okay, thank you so much. Again, my name is Kayla. If you have any questions, please ensure that you are reaching out to the title company or to your loan officer directly, because I am unable to answer those questions for you. And I say, other than that, congratulations, and I wish you the best. And then I say good day or good night or whatever, and I leave. As soon as I leave, what I do is I will either sit in my car, like if I have to turn it in right away, or I'll go home and I literally go through every single document one more time. Why? Because I'm new. And two, I want to make sure that all of the documents that I was supposed to notarize are notarized. I don't want to turn in a packet that is not completed, especially on my end, because I don't want them to call me back and say that I have to redo it or I have to go back out to the signer to complete this signing all over again. And so once I've confirmed that all of the signatures for me are done, then I will go ahead, put it in the FedEx package or the UPS package, seal it up, and I take it directly to the FedEx shipping center. I do not drop off at bins. If they are closed that night because it's a late signing like tonight, I will wait until first thing in the morning and I go. The reason is because they will literally give me a receipt, and then there's a new tracking number on that receipt, and that is what I want. I will send that directly to, sometimes you have to upload it to the signing service. But what I'll do is I'll upload it, and I will also send a direct email to that loan officer and say, hey, my name is Kayla. I am the one who notarized these documents. This is the file number. These are, this is who I completed this notarization for. And this is the FedEx tracking number. They stated that it should arrive to you by said date and time, and that's it. So I know this is 13 minutes, but that is literally step by step of what I do from the time that I receive a signing opportunity to the time that I complete that signing. I really hope that this was useful. I wish that I could find more videos like this. Sometimes they'll actually sit down and do a mock signing, but I don't really understand the whole process of as soon as it comes in to when I need to send it off, like the steps that I should take. So I wanted to upload this. Again, I know it's a little bit long, but if you stayed with me the whole time, I'm super grateful, and I really do hope that it helps someone, even if it's only one person out there. So if you are looking to become a signing agent or you're brand new to being a signing agent, don't freak out. Just go for it. If you need a sign, let this be your sign. So I wish you all the best. And again, if you have any questions or comments, link them down below. And I will see you in my next video.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me